Deep inside climate-controlled halls, thousands of server racks pulse with a constant, low-frequency hum. This is the unseen backbone of the modern world, a massive processing engine that now touches nearly every aspect of our lives. For many workers, that sound is a threat. There is a growing anxiety that human labor, the years of training spent learning to write, code, or design, is being systematically priced out of the market by a faster competitor. We are seeing the rise of a synthetic substitute. It's a technology that generates high-level marketing copy, writes complex software, and produces intricate digital art at a speed and cost that no person could ever match. The sheer efficiency of these tools brings us to a singular, uncomfortable question: is human labor becoming obsolete? To find the answer, we have to look at the flaw in how we are measuring this technology. Our current panic is fueled by a misunderstanding of what these systems are actually producing. We tend to judge AI solely by its finished products. We see the polished result on the screen and assume that because the output looks human, the process that created it must be human-like as well. This focus on the final product creates a powerful illusion. By ignoring the mechanics, we miss the structural limitations that prevent a machine from ever truly crossing the line into original thought. To understand those limits, we have to strip away the interface and look at the mathematical reality. Artificial intelligence operates by scraping the totality of digitized human history. It scans billions of sentences and lines of code to identify the recurring patterns that we use to communicate and create. The engine behind this is algorithmic probability. It's a method of determining the statistical likelihood of what should appear next in a sequence, based on everything that has been written before. In this diagram, you can see how the machine works. It funnels thousands of existing data points into a single decision, assigning a statistical weight to the most probable next word in a sentence. When you scale this process up millions of times per second, the machine can generate entire pages of text or thousands of lines of code. It is an incredibly efficient engine for execution. However, there is a hard boundary to this capability. A statistical guess, no matter how fast it is, remains a mimicry of what humans have already done. It is synthesis, not creation. This means the synthetic substitute is powerful, but hollow. It can replicate the structure of human knowledge, but it has no capacity to originate a single idea that hasn't already been hinted at in its training data. Our biology works on an entirely different set of rules. Consider the way a human eye reacts to light. It is an instant physical response driven by the need to survive and perceive the world. This introduces the one ingredient no model can simulate: lived context. It is the understanding of the world that comes from actually existing within it. A machine feels no stakes. It has no physical body to protect, no reputation to uphold, and no emotional consequences for the decisions it calculates. When we compare these two decision models, the difference is clear. The AI path leads to a neutral data output. The human path is weighted by risk, financial liability, and the moral impact of the choice. Because a person carries the burden of those consequences, their judgment is grounded in reality. The machine can explain the how of any problem, but only a human, living with the results, can determine the why. We are moving into an era defined by human command over this digital infrastructure. While AI can make the production of data almost free, it cannot provide the accountability required to deploy that data in the real world. We are looking at a future where the machine serves as an amplifier for human intent. This creates a new division of labor. The synthetic substitute takes over the brute force execution, the hours of drafting, the raw data sorting, and the routine coding that used to consume the work week. This shift leaves the human operator responsible for the high-stakes oversight. As raw content becomes cheap and abundant, the value shifts entirely to the strategic vision, the ethical guardrails, and the final liability of the project. It is a mistake to try and compete with an algorithm on speed or raw output. That is a race that was lost the moment these models were brought online. Instead, the skills that lead to success are the ones that are structurally impossible for an AI to replicate. empathy for a client's needs, the critical thinking to spot a subtle bias, and the leadership to make a call when the stakes are high. The rise of synthetic tools has not made us obsolete. By automating the mechanical tasks, the technology has actually increased the value of the human element, making our lived experience the most scarce and essential asset in the modern world.